everybody. I'm Kaca. I'm a third-year PhD candidate working with Station. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of my research that works on refining the Actian time scale. So here's a snapshot of the most recent geologic time scale, and the Actian is a stage within the Cretaceous that has had some discrepancies with time scales. And so it's important for us to resolve these discrepancies because the Actian is home to oceanic anoxic event 1A, which is a perturbation to the carbon cycle. So one way to potentially refine the Actian is looking at this section from Hokkaido, Japan. And as this problem here shows, it's super important because it contains rare rhyolitic tuffs of 1A and H. And some collaborators at UW Wisconsin have provided us with high precision radioisotopic ages for that. And at some point, I will incorporate those ages into a high precision time scale from another section. In order to do so, you need to correlate the two. So that's where carbon isotope scintigraphy comes into play. So here's some preliminary data from this section. And you can see a broad positive isotope excursion here. But when we think about the grand scope of this section, I am just scratching the surface. So this is 80 meters. And this red curve over here comes from a fire study in the same area about 20 years ago. And there's about 700 meters. So this required Luca, Brad, and myself to travel to Hokkaido this summer to collect more samples to complete one second, do you want to change the resolution? Yeah, let's change that.
Sorry. So good. Sorry.
Yeah, that and then. There you go. Restart it.
Yes.
We restarted. So yeah, we traveled to collect more samples to create a composite record. So a typical day in the field required an hour-and-a-half drive to just the car part, where we got ready to prepare for a casual 3-hour hike, which looked like this. We had hiking sticks because we're on really uneven terrain, traversing across pebbles, cobbles, streams, and because we're in a temperate rainforest, we saw some cool leaves that looked like this. And then at some point halfway through this 3-hour hike, we said goodbye to our hiking sticks and did transition to more acrobatic style hiking. So on our hands, we walked across falling trees like a balance beam. Props to Luca for being able to record this while also doing it at the same time. And then we upgraded our hiking and climbed some waterfalls. So here's Luca absolutely crushing it. We did 6 separate waterfalls in a 3-hour hike. I'm not showing you mine, so much slower. And then we sampled for 2 to 4 hours. And these rocks were really hard to get out. So here you see the camera too. We actually had somebody that carried up a jackhammer to help get these samples out. So yeah, in total, so the team effort. And after we collected these samples, we had to bring them back down for 3 hours. So here's Luca trying to put a pack on his back, and some of these hikes down didn't go so smoothly. But he recovered. Graciously recovered. And then we're gonna switch up the angle here. Luca makes it down. He was the fastest and did it in a safe fashion.
Yeah.
So in total, we got about 400 samples from this field excursion. And the best part of the second part of the 3-hour hike was coming off and taking off our socks and emptying out our waterlogged socks. So yeah, that's just a brief highlight of like some stuff we did. And so goals for this are to complete that carbon isotopic record for about 700 meters of section and then correlate it into this high precision time scale that I'm generating from another section. And so with that, I think we'll take some questions. Yeah, it was fairly physically intensive. Long days. We were up generally between like I would say 4:30 and 5:30 just to prepare, and then like I said, it was an hour-and-a-half drive. So and some of our packs, I don't know. I said about 50 pounds at some point, but some people might disagree with that. We had some heavy packs on the way back down, and we had to do it with waterfalls. So thank you.
I'm curious, either in this section or the other one that you're going to correlate to, if there's negative fossil records, like if you can incorporate those like absolute ages that you have with the
Right, no, that's a good point. Here in this section, there isn't a lot of good biostratigraphy. Our collaborator, this is Rishi here, he actually found a really huge ammonite just randomly in the pebble right there. So in this section, not so much. This is another creek that might have better biocertigraphy, that's something we might look to do. But in that friendship section that Choo Choo's working on, yeah, totally. They have good, or we have other collaborators that are working on providing biocertigraphy there.